Hoo-wee. Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I am back home, just got back home, got me a nice shower after working, since last Tuesday at the Red Brick House, and am so happy to be home. Happy to see my babies, and man, the water is clear as a bell. I mean, they look like they're just floating in the air. That's how clear the water looks. I bet you this water is as clean as some of the bottled water that you guys spend all your money on. If there's a problem, I'm getting my water from here. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm getting my water from here. This is a perfect ecosystem with the plants. You can hear the frogs up there and everything else. So I was hearing that apparently the Miami Dolphins, where Dalvin Cook said he wants to go, he said that they're the perfect fit for him, that they made him a contract offer, but it was an offer that he could refuse, and he definitely turned it down. So what we are guessing is that this is a lowball offer. And I think this is going to be the case when you look at DeAndre Hopkins, you look at Dalvin Cook. You'll remember Odell was fortunate enough that he was healthy earlier on in free agency, but you saw how he kept going around, and there were all the teams that he wanted to go to and the amount of money that he was looking for. Baltimore was basically put between a rock and a hard place, where basically Lamar Jackson, their quarterback, was like, you need to go get that guy. I'm kind of amazed, though, because I think about Baltimore with them trying to go ahead and make that run, that you would think that DeAndre Hopkins would be a reasonable contract offer with him being out there as long as he has and nobody spending any money, that you might look and say, hey, we got Lamar Jackson. He wants you to be here. We have a perfect opportunity for you. Let's get this thing done. But apparently, no. It's not the case. Not the case at all. And here's the problem. We're sitting here 60 days and 23 hours away from the season opener. And yeah, I finally got to see my clock now that I'm back home. I know you're not seeing my whole face, but it's probably better because I looked in the mirror and man, do I look old. But the good news at least is we've been working so hard that we haven't been eating good. I have not been eating good, but we've been working so hard, surprisingly, I'm still losing the weight from the cruise. I am, from where I was, I think I'm 25 pounds lighter than where I started the off season. So I'm still in pretty good shape. Still got enough time that I can lose that other 4 pounds. That was part of my goal. But be that as it may, I digress. The problem is, if you are Saquan right now, or Josh Jacobs, or even Tony Pollard, when you see that Dalvin Cook, who has had 1,000+ yards every year the last 4 years, and you look at him being a capable back, if he's only getting chump change offered to him, and we don't know what was offered, we don't know if it was a $2 million or a $3 million deal or whatever, but I can guarantee you he's not looking at getting 12. Nobody's going to be paying him that. This may make the negotiations that much harder for Saquon. And there's rumors that Josh Jacobs, he'll be franchise tagged and probably let go after the end of the season. So if you're looking at that, knowing this, why would you go ahead and do a long-term deal with Saquon, who has had an injury history? Let's be clear here. Dalvin Cook the last 4 years has done more than Saquon Barkley has the last 4 years. Saquon finally had one good year after having 2 years of injuries. This does not bode well for the running backs on the franchise tag. And I will say this doesn't bode well for DeAndre Hopkins, guys that are looking to get a team and to get paid. The harsh reality is that money's not there. And it still makes me believe, because you look at last season versus this season, boy, this frog is going off. See, they croak like that because they're looking for a mate. You look at last season, how NFL owners just went crazy. Teams went crazy spending players. You know, you heard about the Eagles trying to get Russell Wilson. You heard about, he turned it down. And, of course, everything that Denver gave up to get Russell Wilson. You looked at how much they paid for Randy Gregory. Randy Gregory is good, but he wasn't as good as Hargrave. Hargrave barely got more money than what Randy Gregory got. Yeah, that's how crazy it is. And, you look around, there weren't really big major contracts. Dalton Schultz thought for sure he was going to be getting, $15 million a year. Screw the Cowboys and their $33 million offer that they're offering me. Screw that. He has to settle for what, $6 million, $7 million deal from the Texans? The Texans? Yeah. And the thing that you wonder is, was this all by design from the NFL owners to say, we're not going to go crazy this year, okay? Listen, all of you guys, understand, you want all these pieces, we get it, but doing that, you're inflating the market and you're costing us money. In the end, we're only here to make money. It sure feels like there was some collusion there. I don't know, but I don't expect that they're going to get a deal done in the next 10 days for Saquon, Josh Jacobs, and certainly not Tony Pollard. I think you're looking at all three of those guys being free agents next year. If nobody bites on Dalvin Cook, if you're telling me Dalvin Cook might end up having to sign for somebody for a year for maybe, $5 or $6 million, then I'm certainly not going to spend, $12 or $14 million for a long-term deal, knowing that there's going to be guys out there. All right, good people. I hope that you guys have had a great Saturday. I've caught prime time and game time while I was coming up the road. Couldn't comment too much because I was driving, and you don't want to do that when you're driving. And tomorrow evening, 5 o'clock, we'll be here doing our live stream with you guys. I'm Mark Holmes, and well, it's good to be home. And I will see y'all soon. Need to get some salt for the fish.